Yes, I am one of the newest kings, and don't be jealous. I'm one of the newest kings, and don't be jealous because I got that swag, I got that style, I got that finesse. Because I was taught by the best, those who you try to disrespect. You disrespecting yourself because people is just on board to help you. Trust me. If they help you out of a situation, appreciate it. If you go on Facebook and you see something, identify, acknowledge. Don't act like a bump on a log. Okay? As I move and groove, first thing we start our healing process, you are now being healed by the healer. You are now being healed by the self. You are now being healed by the same energy that's in me, that I'm transforming my energy to you. You are being healed at this moment. You are being healed in Ghana. You are being healed in Sudan. You will be healed in Nigeria. You are being healed all over the world in China and in Indonesia. You have been healed in the high tops and the mountains, Caucasus mountains. You've been healed as a Hindu. You've been healed as an Egyptian. You've been healed as a Christian, as a Muslim, as a Jewish person. You're being healed as a black person, a white person. You are now being healed. I want you to say, I am being healed. Acknowledge who you are. I am being healed. Now you're being healed by the King. Okay? You're definitely being healed by the King because I'm feeling your illnesses. I am accepting it, and bam, I throw it out the way. Bam, I throw it out the way. Bam, I throw it out the way. All those who are trying to put hexes, bam, back to you. Back to you. You get what you earn, you get what you be. Now, the sound of the healing is Now, you know, some people take things and try to run with it. You have to understand every part of it. You have to submit yourself as a child and learn all over. You have to choose that who you wish to be in your life. And you must sit down and make agreements on the correspondence of the day. You must check in and check out. You must do the things. You can't be out of pocket. You cannot be out of thoughts. You have to be in one mind together. You see? And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my other part of me that's out there in despair, that's out there worried and troubled. I am here for you. I am your healer. Okay? Shows it improved. Okay? Those who did not want to follow me, it's fine because you know what? I didn't want to follow myself at one time because I was trying to help you. But now I'm helping the self and those that are alike, those who appreciate. Have you ever wondered why you do something for somebody, you turn around, you done did 99 things perfectly, and that one thing that you do wrong, they use that as an excuse to to out the situation, to get around the zigzag. We use the zigzag to get out of situations in the past, but now we got a straight shot. You see, we're not going this way to that way because it's going to take time. We're going straight to what we need to do. We're going to build for the children. We're not going to budge. There's certain things that we're not going to do no more. We're not going to be soft. We're not going to be afraid. We're going to be motivated to do the right thing. We're going to heal those. And then we're going to use not only our healing, we're going to use all of our characteristics. We are the rulers once you know. You cannot rule unless you learn. So get your on the back of the line and learn what you need to learn. Because I'm here, there, everywhere. Google me, NUSKQU. Google me, NUSKQU, and laugh. And you could talk about me. You could be with me. You could be with me. You could be about me. You could be against me. But at least find out what's going on. What happened? Where did the Elohim go? Where did the crew that came from Halley's Comet? Where did they go? Where was the helpers, the Elohim? Where was the other 23 or 24 elders? You establish your system, you establish your elders, but where's the original people, the OGs, the original goodness? The G, what is the G? What is the symbol G? What is it composed of? It's composed of 3/4 of a circle and the infinite, which is a straight line that represented the 4 squares, the enclosure, the box that they call squares, the square, and the circle represent the cipher. You see? But the sound, if you say sir, kill, all that is attributed to that oppressed you. No, you're taking that back and showing you what is real. Okay? And they say God bless, that means God, Guma, Uz, the board from the Greek. We're not going from what they talking about no more, the Greeks. Forget about it. So all those who up to the Greeks and got your Greek sororities, that's on you. You need to come out of that and get with the different degrees of that which was put out there for you to reach here. Now that you're here, you can discard that. That's on you. Because I'm giving you what you need, straight up. So we're basically reading out of my book. And I'm going to say, who was that? Yeah. Rockaway was Rockefeller. See, I be forgetting sometimes. I don't stay with these boys, right? But Rockaway, or young man, or whatever you want to call yourself, Rockaway. So I can't talk about too much because I got the Rockaway right there. You see what I'm saying? And when I put the Rockaway on, it looked better than the Ray-Bans. I got the Ray-Bans over there, though. See, and the Ray-Ban is banned in the Ray. Just to let you know that. So these are the Rockaway. Big shout out to 216 Rockaway. Big shout out to Fat Joe. Big shout out to the Bronx. You see, because I've been there, I lived there. I was there. I got the revelations in the Bronx. It was the second revelation, the Webster Projects, for me to come out and to see that I was there with you in the family prisons that they call the project. The project, when you say project, what is the project? Project what? Project an environment that's not conducive to expansion and growth. Something that would make you deteriorate. Put in the elements of chemical warfare, drugs, you see, and not being able to fellowship, as they say, fellowship or come together, you see, and what they call gather, which they call Juma, the day of gathering, you see. So all these things that was going through, you went through, and then now your parents is leaving, right? They was responsible for teaching you, but they knew that it was going to be a way where you would get this information. They had faith and they believed. They believed, and some people say from the old school, because this is the new school teaching now, I'm the newest king from the new school, NUSKQU. You can Google me, you can live with me, you can see what's going on. And yes, I'm looking for my shorties. You see, I'm looking for the sisters, the righteous girls. There was some that I definitely do want to see. Malika from Queens, very honorable sister, paid homage, helped me in the mission, and in my transformation between the heavens coming to earth, I could not recognize, wasn't allowed to intercede. But now, in your prime time, if you're still on earth, you will get your reference that's duly referenced to you. And if you, as a baby, we will continue to build the path that is totally different, right? And to the sister, and the many names I forgot, but if you know MUMIN Queens, Mukmin from Queens, right? Boom. There's a lot of things that people said about me, but they didn't know the issues. It was just what we call homozats. Homozad is when you talk about somebody, he don't even know what you're talking about. But her attribute was one of a precious thing. And it'll come to me. One of the precious thing out there in Jamaica, you know, her schooling was with the 5% Nation. She transferred over and started helping the Ansars. And then from there, she did her thing, went into the world, did her things. Ain't nobody mad at you. It's all good. Sure, I had an attitude, of course, because I didn't know no better. But now I know what it is, how to do it, get it done. Big shout out to you and your family. That's the Manure family, the light. Her name almost just came back. It come. And Karima, right? Karima Abdul Bassett, Karima Abdul Mukmeen, Karima from Ozone Park. All those in Ozone Park. Ozone Park was a very, very special area in Queens for the Anarchy to come down from the vortex. It was seen by the sisters. The brothers was too busy doing and teaching, propagating, and bam. So it wasn't recognized. And then the sisters had to go through hurt and suffer and pain and chemical warfare by those who actually abducted them. You see, we had different eyes, the C eyes, the F eyes, and all kind of eyes and agencies that was monitoring us because they didn't know we was getting contact from the UFO, things that was unidentified, and we came a part of a galactical family. We reached out galactical family. This was being said, this was known, this trickled back to what we call homeland or the community, and they had to figure a way because the community was infested by those who were rejecting the truth, infiltrators and things of that nature. So this is what happened. And you could do your reference to the bombing in Philly. It's called Philadelphia Move in about 1985, where they just fire blasted the whole 8 blocks, you know, of people who were trying to get back into nature and leave the system. You see, so, and this was done by a black on black mayor of that particular city of Philadelphia. So Philadelphia Move, check it out. But we're emphasizing on the new things that we're talking about, the new school, the new king. You could be a new king, you could be a new queen, you can be the empress, you know. And okay, as far as Natirat, Nefer, and this and that, I'm gonna get to y'all, but that's not right now. So just continue on your journey on the world cipher, and we will get back to you. See, I got to go through there to get back home, and to get back home is not Egypt, but the Orion stars, and I be there. I'm there now. Actually, what you see is a hologram. This is not even me. And once you get to that degree, then you will continue to do what you need to do. You won't be afraid to die because the word die is the word id. Id, D-I-E, is Y-U-D or I-D-E, or id. Id is a festive thing where the energy releases itself from the earth, which is called Gia, right? And all the illusions that's put on it by those who were cut off, their crown chakra was cut off, they don't understand. They bring flowers and they put you in a coffin, and you know they just don't know. So if you follow them, that's on you. That's how it be. Okay, so now getting back to my book, we left off at the symbols that we were using to identify who we are, and we're not the ones to be messed up. Now, those of you already got the books. The books is already out. If you don't have it, find somebody and study. Start study groups. See? And acknowledge it. You cannot win with stitched lips. You can't be a snitch, but you can't have stitched lips. You have to. You see, you have to the power of the tongue. This is for certain. for sure. So it says the symbols that we are using at this time to bring positive thought patterns to erase the negative ideas that were similarly put in your brains. Okay, it's called seminal seduction. Seducing you by way of you don't even know it, by way of doing things is another way of hypnotize. These symbols that we used was the six-pointed star known as the hexagram. And the six-pointed star is also the Magan shield of Dawood, or what they call David. The word David means love. And the word love is low. Low is the intensity of the force that was given by those, the host of the planet, when they got off their deity status. And I said that just like that. Rewind, listen, you'll get it. The cross. The two-sided sword. The cross we use today when you see it will now be used as the two-sided cross, the two-sided sword, okay? To cut the lies out. So when you see a cross, that is the sword, okay? The sword, S-W-O-R-D, is the word, W-O-R-D-S. The words, the power of the tongue, thought manifestation. Okay, speaking into existence. The sword that we use represents the battle. Now, when we talk about the battle, we talk about the battle in the field, the battle in the courtrooms. So those who are privileged to learning those degrees, share it and start study groups. As you have been, congratulations. We have seen your works, and your works are very, very good. You are battling. You are using that sword, that cross. Okay. The battle of truth that has now begun to cut through the lies that have been told to our people for the last 400 years. Lies told by every nation of mankind. People come to America to take advantage of you. And they try to get you to be mad at America that we built. They try to get you to have an attitude. Okay, I'm gonna give you the attitude that I have in the form of poetry. It's I caught an attitude when I came around, when I came into this dimension, right? From where it was told to you where we came from. So I'm not gonna keep going back and forth. I caught an attitude when I came around the globe. I was staring, looking at confusion in every town. Our people, who we had breeded in with, Lulu Aminu, forgetful people, our people were scattered, disparate, in all locations without the proper form for their own protection. Taking abuse from white and black in control, learning useless knowledge from the school you go, running to their judge to be locked up, spending all your money on lotto luck, misery love company, you didn't want to be alone, you was adding to confusion on the telephone, you was living in this world, you left your culture out, which went by different names at different times, unholy spirits in church making your mama shout as they invoke the evil spirits by the naming and acknowledging of the evil one by those who's in charge, that's called reverends, pastors, ministers, blah, blah, blah. Now, people are scattered in all directions without the proper form for their own protection, taking abuse from white and black in control. Control is continual rule, 2 words, control. Useless knowledge from the school you go, the programming center. Let me go back. For the attitude, when I turned around, I was staring at confusion in every town. Our people were scattered in all directions without the proper form for their own protection. Taking abuse from whitey in control, learning useless knowledge from the school they go. Running to the judge just to get locked up, spending all your money on lotto luck. Misery love company, you didn't want to be alone, so you add to confusion on your cell phone. Living in this world, you left your culture out, unholy spirits making your mama shout. You ran from reality. You're a victim of a crime. Idol worship people is just a sign of the time. Miseducated, they know wrong from right. Straightening your hair for you to look white. Kindergarten taught you to be afraid. The media said you was a nigger and a spade. Black is not a color, but a supreme force. So drop your bad habits and get on course. You submitted to your mother, and now it's your wife who runs to control your miserable life. You fell in her gap, you're locked in her world, trying to knock the boots to every single girl, materialistic and greedy, jealousy with hate, fighting everybody so you can just get a date, 40 blunts, wine, dope, and coke. Without the truth and the life and no hope, using condoms for your own protection, killing our unborn resurrection. According to attitude, my attitude is showing. That was the attitude. So basically, yes, I put it down like the carpet, man. What? Okay. The 5-pointed star, right, is a star that is used by America, good or bad, to take, to rape, and to control other countries. Now, we may look at that as a bad thing, of course, especially if you want people to be on your side and say, well, America is bad. But think about it. People try to hurt us too. That's the part that you don't understand. They don't want you to understand. Your past leaders did not want you to understand that. See, so it had to be a change in their theology for me to come on board, right? And to teach you so they can change, so they can come back maybe in their flesh or come back as their duplicates. You see, because we think different than you think. And I'm trying to give you an idea, a small idea of how the Elohim think. We don't think like you. You see, and those that came first and Chidi got relaxed, jumped the gun because they thought that this job was going to be fun. So it's equivalent to me starting off, everybody starting off in ranks. And they said, on your mark, is set, boom, you jumped the gun. Chidi got relaxed because you thought you won. Because this is a classic in the making. And it gets better with time, really for the people in the dead state of mind. So those who already knew, right, they said, well, whoa, I'm going to get what I can get. The world's coming to an end, this and that. But the world coming to an end. The word world is W-O-R-L-D. Lead into war. Thou shalt not kill. That's coming to an end. The world. The globe is not coming to an end. You see, the creation is not coming to an end. There's certain people that is going to end because their bloodline is going to deteriorate. They're going to be less than nothing to be mentioned. But let's get back to the 5-pointed star. Represents fire, water, earth, wind, and metal. Fire, water, wind, earth, and metal. Fire, water, earth, wind, 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 and metal. These are people or entities or personalities that take shape and weight and hold space. So it's something, and we are affiliated because we have that within us. So we can talk to the fire because the fire is within. We can talk to the water because the water. We can talk to everything on the periodical chart. We can communicate, and that's what the whole schooling system is geared, so you do not recognize what's popping, what's going on. But look, people keep it moving. The 5-pointed star represents the original woman. If you know, arm, a leg, arm, a head, arm, a leg, arm, a head, right? So that was that. That 5 was taken and used in her image, in her power, to conquer the world. We were put in the United States so we would be in a safe place as a haven, which is called lather. Did you know that? Protection. Did you know we was in agreement with all the presidents so we would have protection in America from those that was in the land that they call the motherland? Okay, and that was set up by those people that's called the Boule. They have a responsibility of maintaining and making sure that no one would take advantage of us. So they set up a system of control, and they utilized that system through the media. They became the mediators, or the people in the middle. They used their stars, their bright lights to direct people. So this is where you get your actors or your stars, your singers, right? The singers was the vocal, the lyrics, the vibration, the sound, the words to get you emotionally tied to your heart, which is the fourth chakra. These are the things. This is the teaching of the Elohim. So you said, what makes the difference between Elohim? The Elohim, we don't compromise. We tell you what's going on for your betterment. Okay? And we mind those who have took an oath. That's why they're in secret. That's why we're in sacred. Two different things. They may be talking about the same thing, but they have their most worshipful. And I am the king of all kings. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's okay. It will never stop. What is will always be. What ain't will never be. That's how it is. Okay, so let's get back to this. The 5-pointed star represents the original woman, okay, who strive each day to ensure the children, which is her nation, the food, the clothing, and the shelter, and the culture, which is called inheritance, returning every generation to be taught, which is the stopping at the Sabbath, and going through the rituals or the rites, what is right and what is wrong. The rituals to be memorized, the prayers, the pre-air mental telepathy to be shared by those who are not in those closed walls, because thoughts cannot be stopped. So we will go into the Sabbath, right? On the Sabbath, I will broadcast the Sabbath, and this is live. I'm broadcasting live right now, but I have no friends. But it's okay, because this here will be fed to the people. Now, the 5-pointed star represent the original woman who strive each day to ensure the children, which is her nation, food. Okay, to ensure you with food, you don't go to the storage where somebody else did the hard work. To ensure food, women, original women, okay? And we're not going original women. We're talking about original melanated women right now, those that were coated with melanation. We're not talking about women, original women with skin that's evolving today. There's different types of women on the planet, and that's where the jealousy came in. That's where the writings of the scriptures and the implication of the devil's seed and the woman's seed. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the melanated women who shop it till they drop, who love fancy things. Stop being a consumer. It's time for you to do things so you can pass it along. You want to eat, grow food. You ain't got no land and property, make a way. Yes. There are people, the banks declined. You didn't have a good start. The housing administration made laws that you could not get buildings, property, that you cannot even be admitted into certain locations to live in. This was by the law in the United States of America. Do the research. These are the facts that need to be bringing up. Now, How do we go and make change? You continue. And that's the battle. That's the battle in the courts. You continue by growing your own lawyers on deck. You grow your own attorneys by you not sending them out to the processing centers, which they call schools, and then they coming back and they under the spell of the dollar bill. They gradually, 12 years of gradually taking out all their creativity and making them dummies. Yeah. So that's all that is, right? Okay, so we talking about the food, clothing. Where's the seamstress? Where's the one that clothes? You have to go to the rack to get clothes. You say, well, can I do it? I can't do everything. Right now, you listening to me, and if you don't listen to me, you will not know. You will not be in the now. The knowing is the continual of you being in the now. If you're not in the now and you're talking about what happened before and you're trying to emulate that, that's not popular. And those who did it before, it was a timeline, and now we cut that off. And now we're on the 180. We're not on the 360. We're on the 180. We're not on the 720. We're on the 180 here, and we're building. We're using that as our mathematical code of location. We're using that as 1, 2, and 3, 1, 8, and 0, the cipher. We're using the cipher as the origin, the whole. Yes, you are a whole, the whole damn thing. And we're going to teach you what you need to know so you can be strong and last long, longevity. Okay, the crescent represents the reflection of peace. See right there? Right, that's the crescent. Okay? One side of that crescent is Islam, the way of life that only the original Elohim children can have. Everybody else will imitate. And that's where you get the religion, as it will say. The crescent represents the reflection of peace. One side is Islam, the way of life that only the original Elohim can partake of. The other side is Islam, the religion, the grace that our great brother, the Prophet Muhammad, preached to the world for their salvation. So now you can see how everything is coming together from Egypt to Islam. As the original Elohim, man and woman, we use the upright crescent to represent the peaceful life that the original woman represents. You represent peace. You're not hostile. You're not even to be seen. They got a couple of videos out that say that now you dress to impress. You know, even in Islam, the religion, that's wrong. You're not supposed to be showing your self and causing attraction. You're supposed to be like the invisible, not seen. When you walk out of your area. Where is your area? Your area is not your community that you live in, because the community that you live in, most of you are paying rent. You don't even own that. You're not even part of the system, because you have to have your own land to be a part of the system. So the land was taken away. Okay, we got that. But let's come together and build all over. Stop talking about things that happened before and start talking about what we're going to do now. Forward. We're going forward. So this whole thing was the King of Kings speaking forward. We're going forward. I have to give you a little something from the past. Go forward. As the original man and woman, Elohim, used the upright crescent to represent the peaceful life that the Elohim woman represented, and her rightful place as teachers of her children. You cannot claim to be righteous and do not teach your children. When you send them to shul, now called school, which is the underworld and the hell, you're wrong for that. It can't keep going on. But on the other note, okay, because I don't want to pop your bubble. The other note, I would like to congratulate all the regional people who still realize that there is still a struggle going on in the United States. Okay? We have too many people gone, locked up, too many people in the mental institution that's not mentally ill. You know, they just have a different way of creating and growth and different ideas, and that was put and shut down. They spoke it to other people who called them in for $50. You know, certain places you can get $50 if you say somebody's crazy. So I would like to congratulate. The struggle that I'm speaking about is the struggle of what we call supreme dignity, truthful knowledge of our past, and a secure plan for the future. Health issues, proper clothing, growing healthy foods, and ownership of land, cattle, and livestock. Preparation to learn and be involved in the proper knowledge of the monetary system, global monetary system. Understanding the proper knowledge of the stock exchange, tribal representation in government, and forming of large corporations. Now, this was written years ago. It was taken from my books that was stolen on Linden Boulevard in a barber shop that's called New Creation. By the owner was called Chinese Bobby, and the member of my crew was called Abdul Kareem. Abdul Kareem, he sacrificed a lot. He took a lot of information, and sometimes information will short circuit you. So a lot of the people, when I got the knowledge and I started sharing, you know, it was like the Book of Acts when people started hearing it. They started to open up. Their third eye started to recognize, and the veil that was over their eyes started to unlift. And they started to understand the powers that I was and the powers that was in them. And many tried to reach themselves, that's out of themselves, by way of their etheric cord, or they call it chakras today, but we call it the crown chakra back in that time. And some of them didn't make it. Some of them relapsed and they fizzed out. You call it death, right? We call it something else. So these plans is not new. Everything that you're seeing today was already taught by those who took it, and as by habit, because they didn't know no other way, they did the best they could. They thought it was for them personally. But the word person is personification of the greater force that lives in each of us. So you're not just a person, you're personification of that mighty Almighty. See, but it was a learning experience because considered that we at the time in America was considered to be the first of the true Muslims. See, so this is it. Now you want to know what happened. Now you see what happened. Ask your Abu, ask your and they'll let you know the truth because they care. They could not do it, and it's still being done. Many of those ran back to the church because those who knew from other organizations started to be preachers. So they had the knowledge. And this is what the brother was saying in one of his speeches, which I'm not going to say your name, that they teach you how to be a Christian, and then they go and make the 5 salats or 5 prayers. But they don't tell you that part. And it's been done for a long time. And they teach you one way as a congregation, right? Congregation. Colony. So they teach you as a congregation. Those who in their crew, like the usher is the one that usher you in. They go and get you. They see you at the door. They run, they get you. They bring you in. And then they say, well, where are we going to sit them at? Oh, we're going to sit them over there. You see? And then they may have somebody sitting in the seat in the pulpit that's on their crew too. That's going to get up and say, hallelujah. And you look that way, they may go in your purse. They may steal your money. It's all types of games that's being played. When you out in the street is called the straight. STRIAGHT, the straight. And in the straight, as you look, which is KOOL or LOOK, look, KOOL, which is who say. People know that you are the treasure, the STRESS, stress, but treasure. That's why they fine you with tickets. They try to get your money, your earned tickets. So let's go back. I'm going to go too fast, but it's there. We must at this time use our pull and establish a safe, reliable system for safe passage to land and liberty that is ours. So when you're coming out and going to Bloomingdale's and Macy's and all these stores that you feel that, oh, you got privilege to go to these stores and shop, first of all, you're weak. Second of all, you're not in tribal formation. Third of all, you're not authorized to spend that money and then say that we are a part of something special. Because you look at yourself, you lie, you see that you're considered to be more brown, right? But you call yourself black. Because black is the game. The money game. White is the money game. It's called monopoly. So when you see someone speaking about the money game and the other person and her name Monique for the money game, and she talk about integrity, and when we talk about integrity, it's not on this side. That's your culture. That's your heritage. So she's on one side in the money game, but not being who she is because she's supposed to be on this side. Okay? And the name, I may have said it wrong, but you know the situation. I don't get into details with this because they're not going to get my energy. For you, I speak to you. So it's no longer our wish to have those not of our tribe to govern us. Speak to our representation, and then we'll see how we can negotiate on doing many new things. So we're going to end this here now. This is like 43 minutes. That's good enough. And I hope that you share this. Take this, because you never know how many days this will go on. And if you look at my other videos, you don't have that many views, which is good, because you have an opportunity to be something special again by the knowledge and the knowing continual of the King of Kings, the angelic being. Peace.